Hello everybody, this is October 15th in Burlington, Ontario, Canada, and I wanted to give you a little update on the Berry Boulevard garden and the Tree Trunk Terrace garden. So I'll start with maybe one of the more impressive features here. It's mid-October and they still got ripe raspberries forming up on the canes. These have been going heavy for probably a month, and this is actually their second crop of the season. So they came out in the spring, and now they're really heavy producer in the fall, which is fairly new for me because the ones in the backyard only single produce, but they're in heavier shade, so it's pretty exciting. Just beside that, I have like a kale plant that's reseeded itself, but still going fairly strong. And underneath this, we have a strawberry canopy, which produces really heavy in June. Amongst that, we also have this boysenberry vine, which is a nice bigger blackberries type of fruit, and even a couple of herbs like this chives or this asparagus, which is a little bit thin right now, but the asparagus gets bigger with time. On the far side over here, we also have some golden varieties. I'm not sure if I can find you the fruit itself, but yeah, this one will turn more of a golden than a purple. This is also a raspberry. So on the tree trunk terrace side, I call it the tree trunk terrace because I've taken ash logs and secured a lot of the soil in place with them, and so make it more like a step into a terrace. And in growing in this particular garden is a lot of strawberry, a whole lot of strawberry that are taking over my stepstones right now. So they've grown really well, but I'm going to probably subdivide them and move them to some new locations because they're getting a little bit too thick now, but they've done just really well. I got some columbine here. Just getting back to the strawberries, I wanted to mention these are what they call runners, so they can spread from seed, but they can also shoot out these vines. And on the vine, if I can focus, are little tiny roots, and if those hit soil, then that'll become a new plant, and you can clip off from the mother plant to call it. And that's why they're spreading with such vigor and intensity right now. This one here is some more early asparagus plants. They're going to grow up to be nice thick ones eventually, I hope. Here we have a perennial spinach type plant called Good King Henry, which has gone to seed. I can focus in on that. Sort of. We got patches of mint next to the chocolate mint, which I've harvested recently. Growing on one of the ash logs, I believe. This was ash. I used a few varieties, but it's mostly ash. Is a variety of turkey tail mushroom. And focus in on that for you, which is an edible and medicinal. And here's over here, right next to it, is a small goji berry plant. So we have some nice zinnia flowers mixed through the garden, as well as some lavender still in bloom. And you might be able to see there's a few cherry tomatoes falling off the vines, which are kind of just strewn about. These are all self-sown, so the tomatoes are coming up on their own. Next to a perennial perennial fennel plant. See the little flowers there. This is a broccoli that's come up from seed next to the chives, so it's a little bit crowded right now. Use some thinning. But this will come back next year and put a big flower head on, I hope. That's generally how broccoli goes. Sometimes it'll do it in 1 year, but other times not. Over in the fire garden here, we've got a nice romaine lettuce gone to seed, and it's good putting lots of seeds on there. And then the main crops on top here are the currants, and then the peach tree, which I'm trying to grow here. Okay, and I also brought you inside of the self-watering greenhouse. These are the self-watering wicking bins that water from that rain tank. They go into the bottom of each tank and flood up. Anyway, there's all kinds of different things. Probably too much mint, which I don't need in here anymore, but Just holding it for a minute. Anyway, the main thing I wanted to show you was the giant fig tree that's really grown in size. You can see how much thicker the stalk is now. It's produced probably 60 or more figs this year. You can see it's all espaliated two-dimensionally on the side of the house. So I just gave it a huge trim, but hopefully now it's all prepped for winter, and next year it'll sprout new branches from all of its main trunk that I've made now, or main branches. With all of the trimmings, I made a whole bunch of these cuttings, and I just put it, jammed each stick into the wicking bin. I also have some old, these are ever-bearing strawberry plants that I got from somebody that was throwing them away, so I'm going to see how they do in here as well. But hopefully, if I cover this, it'll make some new little seedlings, and they'll root, and if that happens, I'll have a whole lot of new figs to give away if anybody wants them. Well, it's been kind of a longer video than I expected, but I guess I'll finish it there. I'll finish it off with the ground cherries in the background, and a little bit of a dill, and a little bit of beets and Swiss chard mixed through, and a tomato. You can grow all kinds of things in the garden. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright, bye.